Okay, so what are our three objectives for this video? Well, first we'd like to work a problem where we evaluate an algebraic expression. Then we'd like to work a second problem where we translate from an English phrase to an algebraic expression. And the third objective is to determine if a number is a solution to an equation. Those are our three objectives. So what is an algebraic expression? We want to evaluate one. Well, you can see one down here. There, 11x minus 9 over 3y. So let's state what an algebraic expression is. We notice when we look down there that we see some numbers, we see some letters, we see some operations. And so the definition of an algebraic expression is a combination of all those things that we just mentioned. So it's a combination of numbers. And if you look down at our problem, you see numbers. There's an 11, a 9, and a 3. We have numbers. And variables. I see a couple of variables down in our problem. I see an x and a y. Those are variables. So what is a variable? We better define a variable. Well, a variable is just a letter, and it's a letter that represents various numbers. So it's a letter that represents various numbers. That's what a variable is. So let's go back to our definition of algebraic expression. We said that it's a combination of numbers and variables with operations. And now what are operations? So it's with operations, and operations are things like addition, subtraction. Notice we have a subtraction in our problem. Also multiplication. We actually have a multiplication here. 11 next to x means 11 times x, and also the 3 next to the y means 3 times y. So we've got that, and we have division. Notice our fraction bar in there, that's a division. We have that in this problem. Also, there's a couple of other things. You could have the power of a number or the root of a number. So that is what an algebraic expression is. And now let's evaluate. Well, what does evaluate mean? Evaluate means that we have to do two steps. And the first step is that we need to substitute. And there are other names for the word substitute. You might see plug in, or hear the word plug in mentioned. That means substitute. Also replace. It's another word that means substitute. And what are we substituting? We're going to substitute a number for a variable. So that's the first step in an evaluation. And in our case, we actually have two variables. And the second step is then to perform the operations, and it's important that we perform them in order. There's an order to performing operations. So let's begin first with the substitution. So in our problem we have 11 multiplied by x. What is x? X is 3. And then we subtract 9 from that. That's all divided by 3 times. Now what's y? Y is 2. So we substitute 2 in place of y. So we've done our substitution. Now it's time to perform our operations. And we need to work on the numerator and denominator separately. What's 11 times 3? 33. Subtract 9, and what's 3 times 2? 6. Okay, and what is 33 subtract 9? That's 24. and that's divided by 6. And finally, what is 24 divided by 6? That is the number 4. So we've done evaluation in the first problem. The next problem asks us to write an English phrase as an algebraic expression, and that means to translate. We're going to translate from English into algebra, and it says to use y to represent the number. It states 3 less than twice a number. What does 3 less than mean? 3 less than, how about what's 3 less than 5 mean? It means to subtract 3 from 5. That's what 3 less than 5 means. That's different than if we had 3 less 5. 3 less 5 means 3 subtract 5. So there's a difference. In our case, we have 3 less than something, so we want to subtract 3. And what is the something that we have? Twice a number. What does twice mean? Twice means 2 times, and our number we were supposed to use is y. That's representing our number. And so there it is. We've done our translation. 2y subtract 3. The final problem wants us to determine if the given number is a solution to the equation. Below this they have 2 algebraic expressions. There's 3 times the quantity m minus 1, and another algebraic expression is 2 times the quantity m plus 1. There's an equal sign in between those two, and then also there's a semicolon and then the given number 5. So what does equation mean? Equation, as you might guess, contains an equal sign. And so an equation is just 2 algebraic expressions separated with an equal sign, which is what we have here. Now, what is the first step to solve this problem? Well, first we need to evaluate both expressions. We have 2 expressions here. We need to evaluate them separately, and then see if the value of the expression on the left is equal to the value of the expression on the right, so to see if they're true. So we want to check and see if we end up with a true statement. And what's the first step in evaluating? The first step in evaluating is to substitute in place of the variable. What is our variable in this case? It's m, and what are we replacing it with? The number 5. So we write 3 times 5 minus 1. Now, we don't know if this is a true statement yet, so we put equals, and then we write 2, and we replace the other variable m with 5. And then, as you notice, we put the 5 in both places in place of m. And now it's time to perform operations. So first we need to do inside the parentheses first. What's 5 minus 1 is 4. And we still don't know if that's true. What's 5 plus 1? It's 6. And 3 times 4 is 12. 2 times 6 is 12. Yes, we do have a true statement. So since it's true, 5 is a solution to this equation. 5 is a solution to our equation. 5 is a solution. Okay, have we completed our objectives? I believe so. We evaluated an algebraic expression, did that, translated from an English phrase to an algebraic expression, did that, and we determined if a number was a solution to an equation. Of all those, I think perhaps maybe the most important might be evaluating an algebraic expression. It comes up frequently. You need to know what to do. Remember, we replaced the variable with a number, and then we performed operations. That's it for this time. See you next time.